Welcome to the Mean Green Show.
Every day, get down.
Welcome to the Mean Green Show.
Every day, get stronger.
Let's go. Welcome to the Mean Green Show.
Every day, get better.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mean Green Show, man. I got my boy Jay.
What's up? What's up?
How was your weekend, man?
It was great. It was
Good.
great. I had a good weekend.
We were laughing because Chris was being Chris, if you were wondering. But weekend was good. What you do?
Absolutely.
What's one thing you did this weekend?
This weekend, I went to go see my sister play. She lives in Dallas.
Yeah.
Plays for DeSoto High School.
Yeah.
She came out to Houston. This is the first time I actually got to watch her play basketball in person.
Yeah.
I seen her online a lot. But
Yeah, and she's like a 5-star recruit.
Ooh, I don't know her stars, but she does have offers from like Ole Miss and all these D1s, and she's
That's an
a
SEC
freshman.
school. A freshman
Freshman.
that has an SEC
Yeah.
Division I scholarship.
Yeah.
I just
Texas Tech, Big 12. She's the truth.
I just want to go to the A&M game or Texas.
I know.
When just tell her to ask a teammate that doesn't have a family or friend that lives in Texas to get me on the waiting list. But
Absolutely.
no, good. You had a great weekend, man. This week we're still on prep to win,
Yep.
so you're not prepping to lose. Last week we had a great conversation that I think it pivoted in different facets of different conversations that we probably didn't know we were going to open up and talk about. But what it did do is get us to our second episode,
Yep.
which is today. Jared, what are we going to talk about for episode 2? If they don't remember, we'll tell them.
Today we're going to talk about what we're thankful for,
Yeah.
right? It's the season of giving
Yeah.
for the first part. So obviously Christmas and then Thanksgiving before we get there. Season
Yeah.
of giving, season of just honestly being able to, like you said, kind of reflect on life and,
Yeah.
and what people have done for you, what you've done for people. And it's kind of a good time to just do that.
Perfect
So,
time. Perfect
yes, sir.
time. We had a meeting with the trainers,
Yeah.
and I told them that. I told them, I said, look, I typically do this at the end of the year, but on that drive, I was just creating a list of things that I was grateful for. And I want to be able to do that today,
Yeah.
right? As a brand, as a friend, as the person that gets on your nerves, whatever I am or whatever we are to you, we want to be able to do that. Let's start with Bootcamp. Or do you want to merge everybody together? How do you want to unfold this?
Well, first off, I want to set the tone, right?
Oh.
I told everybody last week this might get a little sappy.
Okay.
Man, you said you weren't going to say certain people you were, off the bat that people knew. But I want to set the tone. So
Let's do it. I
there's,
like that.
there's three people that I kind of want to get into. I don't want this to take longer than 2.5 minutes.
If I comment, it's gonna be double that stuff. All right, keep going.
No, I think you should do the same. This is just me setting the tone because I just kind of, before we get into people, because we're going to list out, boot camp members, Northside Gym members, Southside Gym members, staff members. Before we get into that, I think we should, for ourselves, like, what are we thankful for out of this year? So, for me, number one, my mom. I just want to give a shout out to her as
Shout
far
out
as people
mama.
are concerned. Man, when I say some people don't have I just call it unconditional love of a parent. And for me, I'm just so extremely thankful and grateful for my mom to give me that because, some people in this world, like, you might not be able to mess up in life and feel like somebody has your back. You might feel like you're alone and you don't have anybody in your corner, slugging for you no matter where you're at.
That's real.
And for me, I have that in my mom. It doesn't matter, what I do. I can call my mom and say, hey, I messed up. Okay, let's figure out how to get you out of it.
That's real.
So to have that kind of person in my corner, it makes me feel, empowered to move through life. So shout out to her. Shout out number 2. It's going to go to you.
Crickets.
Nah, no crickets, man. But for real, I do, I've talked to people, and I do have the understanding that when I called you that first time to come back to Houston, you were nervous.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't oh, dang, I don't know if this is going to work out. It was I don't really have space, but we'll try to make something work. And I understand that trying to make something work, like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But you took a chance on me.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm just grateful and I'm thankful that, you gave me the opportunity to blossom into, what I could do personally.
Absolutely.
And, without you just taking a chance, without you trusting that it was all going to work out and you were going to make a way, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. So I just want to thank you for that.
I wanted to do it, bro. But I let them not have it.
There we go.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Didn't want that to go without being said. And the last person I want to thank is, and I've said this on the podcast before, it's 14, 15-year-old me.
Yeah.
There was a kid that at one point, you know, I was battling religiously. I was battling mentally, obviously physically. But there was a point in time where, you know, that kid was going through a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful and I'm thankful that that kid kept going. So to 15, 16-year-old me, like, I'm not here without you. So I'm just thankful to that person. And what I want to be able to, at 37, 38, I want to be thankful for this person looking in the camera right now, to 27-year-old me. So there we go.
I appreciate everybody coming to the Mean Green Show. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I mean, what else do we have to say? You know, it's one of those things, man, I believe when you're grateful for few, you'll be blessed with more. And, you know, hearing that from you, it means a lot, you know, because it's not just take, right? You can't live life in a place where you only want people to do for you, and the only thing that fulfills you is to get what you can from others. You know, to hear that you're grateful for just individuals that planted seeds in you, and to see growth in yourself, man, that's results.
Yeah.
You know, and very few times I'm lost of words. I don't have too many words to say, but I'm just proud of you.
It's okay. I appreciate it.
I'm proud of you. All right. Hopefully y'all done said something in the chat box.
Yeah, I can say anything. Again, I just wanted to set the tone. Like I said,
the tone is set.
I just want to make sure y'all know where we headed with this.
The tone is set. All right. I do want to say three people, and I'm not going to be cliche and say the same in return, but I want to do mine at the end.
Yeah.
Let me process, because that was good. That was good. Well, look, man. You know, as we're talking about, if everybody can imagine this with Jared and I, we do this every so often at the Greens resident for Thanksgiving. My sister sometimes, Shanna, shout out to Shanna, she goes movie mode on us, and we'll be sitting at the table, say it's 15, 16 people, and then she'll say, all right, guys, starting with Jared, everybody let's go in a circle, and let's say what we're thankful for. And are we good? Yeah, I've got to go replace this. It's in my truck. I'm going to come right back. Okay, cool. Take your time. Take your time. I'm going to go ahead and give you three. One original, and then the two that says RR on it. Perfect. That'll work. Thank you. Sorry about that. Getting some work done at the gym. So, yeah, Shannon will be like, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? So that's what we're going to do today. Just imagine this big, long table with all the things that you desire that day. And that's what we're going to do. So I'll start it off. Cool. The thing that I want to talk about when we talk about giving thanks, for the brand at least, is I think a lot of times people see me on a flyer or a post or a video, and there are so many things that take place for me to be on that video. I personally want to highlight today for the brand the people that's not on the floor all the time, the people that's not on the video. And the number one person I really want to call out, and this one is personal just because they never look for the response. You know, sometimes people can, I don't know if you've ever been around somebody when they do something for you, and then when you do it, they be like, oh, I told you to do that. Yeah. Never has asked for that response or recognition. So this is a great time for me to give that recognition. Erica Davis. So Erica is unique because it's brand, or it's a brand connection, but that brand connection developed a really strong relationship as a friend. Yeah. And there have been things that in the past and even this year that no one will ever know about. And it can be a phone call at 2 in the morning, and the result took place. But specifically for the brand, like 2 weeks ago, I got a call that the shower wasn't to the standard that we wanted it, and I just put it in the group text. Honestly, I didn't even know, Erica, if you're watching this, I didn't even know you were in the group text. And she responded quickly, like, hey, I'm headed to the gym. It's clean. I bought new shower rods and curtains. I bought this and I bought that. And I didn't ask her to do that. Yeah. You know, I don't even know if she asked for money. Like it was,
She just did it.
yeah. So it's just when D goes to the restroom or the shower, or when Fred or Jimmy or Lisa, when they go to the bathroom and they see maybe the day before it wasn't to the standard that it needs to be, but the next day they seen it met that standard. Typically, you would think, oh, Chris got it done, Alex got it done, or whoever is in leadership at that gym or whoever is training that hour. No, Erica got it done. And there's so many. I'm using it as an example, right, Jared? There's so many things that Erica has done that no one will ever know that she did it.
Yeah.
And again, she didn't put a post up and say with a selfie, "Hey y'all, hey, I'm cleaning the shower. Hey, come take a shower." Like she did it.
Yeah.
And, you know, from the gym to beast mode games, being up 2, 3 in the morning, making runs because something happened maybe an hour prior. No one would ever know that happened, but there.
Yeah.
And from beast mode games to even personally, like if I go speak at church or something, she's just there. And I really appreciate that. And I'm hoping that she hears and sees this because
Absolutely.
she's truly special to me. She's truly special to the brand. She's truly special to everyone that she connects with. And Erica Davis, if you hear or see this, man, I love you. Thank you for being the growth that would never have been. Golly, I can't word it. Thank you for being the growth that no one knows that planted that seed. I can't say what I feel. It's hard to put the words, but basically what I'm saying, without the trunk of the tree and the leaves that are growing, without the seed that was planted, it would never have been there if you wouldn't have planted. So thank you for planting seeds.
That's awesome.
ED.
ED? Mama E.
Mama E. I don't call her Mama E because we were around the same.
I know.
I call it ED. So.
That's funny. But no, she piggybacking off it a little bit, man. She does everything. So Eric, just as thankful for you. She supported me through a lot as well. All of our events. She's covered my butt with snacks, and it's all on the way. Hey, I'm headed to the store. What we need?
Yeah, the things you don't think about.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's always covering. So we love you and we thank you for all that.
Absolutely.
I'll take it to boot camp. I'm gonna keep it a little bit shorter. But first, no, you good. If anybody deserved that, Erica did.
It was emotional.
I know. Not Erica. I was about to say Diana.
Mm-hmm.
So Diana's a person that's not gonna get very much recognition, but she's a person that's always gonna be there. And so a little bit background for those of you that don't know Diana. She does my Ridge Creek boot camp up in Humble. Right. So when we first started, she came to the very first boot camp explosion. That was my very first boot camp explosion, my first thing ever. So she was there. Still just trying to figure it out for myself, but she kind of took a chance on this new fitness journey because she hadn't done fitness prior to. Like she was like, "Oh, I haven't worked out in years.
Okay,
can't tell you." It is November 14th.
Mm-hmm.
I see Diana tonight.
Wow.
Wow. She has stuck with me since the beginning of my time. Yeah. Literally. And when I say barely misses, if she does miss, she feels bad. She's always texting about it. As a matter of fact, just recently, and we joke about it, she had a fall. Okay. So, we were doing an exercise. She fell, landed on her wrist wrong, and actually broke it. And she was actually pissed off. Yeah. So it's crazy to that person that I first met that's like, whew, I don't know about this. I haven't started. To this person now it's like, dang, I can't work out. Right. Like to see that shift in somebody, I'm personally just thankful for that. For awesome. Somebody that has started with me from day one to day two. Like I'm just happy to be able to see the shift that you've made in your life and how you've made fitness such a vital part of your everyday schedule, not only for yourself but for your family. So Diana, I'm thankful for you.
Absolutely. That's a dope one, man. And it's cool to see those people that were there at the beginning to where they grow, because they help you grow. Yeah. They will continuously tell you what they like, what they don't like, what would work, the way they felt. They will honestly, when you bring new people in, they will help new people want to stay. So
Absolutely.
to D, thank you. to thank you. Andrea,
Okay.
she's on the north side. I'm still sticking on what a lot of people may not know.
Mhm.
You know, so shout out to Dre. She works the front at the North Humble Gym, and she was an addition that I think was earlier this year. And every time I walk into the Northside Gym, it's just clean, organized, labeled. And, you know, with a small gym, you know, the more mature your gym get, the more positions you open up when you get growth, right? So initially, a lot of gyms that are brick and mortar start off with a trainer that's the admin, that's the trainer, that's the custodian, that's everything, right? So bringing her in, it was such a good move because as soon as she was on, I received like a couple DMs like, man, the gym is just always clean. Thank you. And again, a lot of times people don't even know who did it.
Yeah.
Right. So Dre, I just want you to know that you're awesome. You're just
Absolutely.
freaking awesome. And I wanted the world to know that the reason why it is more clean and organized there is because of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Seriously. I'll stick with Bootcamp.
Okay.
I want to make sure I tag on them. I'm going to go to the south side. I'm going to go to a newer member this time.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler. So for those of you that
What up, Chandler?
come to Bootcamp, we got Chandler, our partner Hillary. Hillary is just as hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm focused on Chandler based on a couple things. One, it's awesome as a trainer to program a workout and to see people blow that workout out of the water.
Okay, I got you.
Because it challenges you,
Yeah.
right? So now, and we talked about this when we talked about our programmer podcast. For Bootcamp, prior to Chandler, shout out to my guy Ian as well. Shout out to those guys being there. You know, the workout relatively fit
Yeah.
everybody. You know, rest. People aren't getting too much rest. But, you know, now I kind of have some elites
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
And because of that, now as I program workouts, I have to make sure
Like,
I have to
yeah.
make sure I'm working them hard enough, but I'm also not overworking,
everybody
you
else.
know, everybody else. So they've brought a new challenge for me that I love and I'm excited to deal with. As far as work ethic, and it's inspiring to see, like, for other people around you. Like, I've heard people say, "Dang," and though it may, you know, as a coach, I have to level off the intimidation factor of their, you know,
Yeah.
dang, they way ahead, and change it into something more positive. Like, they're role models right now.
Yeah.
So Chandler, you're a role model. Ian, you're a role model.
Thank you.
Like, people want to be there. But that's part one of two reasons I want to thank Chandler. Chandler walked up to boot camp.
Uh-oh.
They didn't see. They were walking in the park and they came up and talked to
Oh,
us.
really?
And, yeah.
Okay.
So her and Hillary, that's why I shouted her out as well. They came and talked to us and just wanted to try it out. Tried it out, loved it. I want to say maybe 3 weeks later, I think half of, if not majority of her staff
Wow.
was out there with us.
Wow.
Like she,
That's love.
yeah, she
That's
literally
awesome.
brought, her parents have been out there, people that come into town. She just had somebody last Saturday that just came into town,
That's awesome.
came out, and like everybody that comes into town, she's always texting me, hey, they're coming to boot camp. I want to say 3 or 4 other doctors that she works with
That's awesome.
have been out there. Like, she's just, when I say ambassador of not only Mean Green but fitness,
Yeah.
like, I thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're what we want to be, what we embody to be. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. So you've been hitting boot camps. I've been hitting the team.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna dive into a member, and I'm not diving into this member because of training.
Okay.
I want to dive into this member because of verbal support. Because I am on the mic,
Mhm.
I am in the videos. It's still great when somebody tells you great job.
Absolutely.
You know, you want people to listen, you want people to see, but when somebody tells you that they see and tells you that they listen. I just really want to let them know I appreciate it. And it's two people. First person, and I'm going to keep it short, my girl P.
Paulette.
You know, P, every podcast, I believe she's heard and listened or seen every podcast. And typically she does the class after I teach.
Yeah.
And whether I'm working out with them or not, if I walk by her, you know, I try to hug everybody. She won't just be like, yo, good podcast. She'll be like, hey, that was a great podcast. I like this part of the podcast, this part. And, like, that inspires me so much.
That's
because
dope.
when we do podcasts, especially podcasts, like, we don't get to see, like, right now as we're speaking, we don't get to see how many, who's on, you know. So we know people are watching because we can look at the details of it, but we don't know necessarily who's watching.
Yeah.
So, P, thank you for, whether you know it or not, the empowerment that you do for me to be inspired, because there are moments, to be transparent, there's moments in the podcast where I'm like, dang, am I saying what's right?
Yeah.
Am I bringing the right subjects to the screen? And you give me confirmation. P.
Absolutely.
Second guy, my guy Danny Marino. Danny gets on me sometimes. Because
uploading the
podcast, right? I love Danny. Danny's a big brother to me. I've been knowing Danny for over 20 years. And what we mean by uploading the podcast is typically easy to go YouTube, right? And people see it on social media and hit the links in the bio.
Yeah.
But it also, we send it out to Spotify, Apple, Google, and everything else. But sometimes I don't send it out at the same time. So Danny hit me up like, yo, like, I listened to it. And Danny, I'm letting you know, man, that means the world, because you want the voice and the platform to be seen. And sometimes you think like, oh, they only watching on YouTube because that's the only time people will comment or take snippets. But it means a lot when someone says, dang, hey, I listened to it on my Apple, you know, when I'm working out or when I'm running. And I'm like, dang, that's awesome. So Danny, D-Boy to you, Sarah, your beautiful daughters, man. I love you guys, and thank you.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
North side.
Oh, you on the North?
I'm gonna try to go to the North.
The North.
I'm gonna thank somebody I barely train.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I barely train,
That's
but
a good one.
They bring so much energy that it's actually kind of cool. I probably have more of a relationship with them than some of the people that I actually train, based on the energy that they bring, talking to them after my class. I'm talking about Cherie. So,
Referee Cherie.
Ref Cherie. Yep. And that's exactly how she became a ref.
Really?
Like, somebody I don't even train. We just talk.
Wow.
So, you know, before, after class, we'll have conversations. She keeps up with the podcast, so she's talked about the podcast before. Obviously, Instagram, IG posts, just somebody that's kind of just keeps track of things. So, you know, she's commented on post, my hair, you know, who's your girlfriend? Where'd y'all go? Yeah. And she's always just, you know, building that personal relationship. So for me, I know that I'm not the only person she does that with. She does it throughout the gym, and I see in the relationship she's built. So shout out to the Northside Gym as well. I know like the ladies up there, you guys' relationship is pretty special. Yeah. I see, like, you know, sometimes they'll have lady events where, and not gym related at all. Like they go do stuff, and I see it on Instagram. Like they having pool parties and all that kind of stuff as ladies at the gym, and I just think that's special. Like, I think that's pretty cool, and I know it's because of things like what she does with me, just talking. Yeah. So I am thankful for her. I know her son is like 4 or something like that. Maybe that's way older. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But just from a mother-son perspective, she knows one of the reasons that I leave pretty quickly after the 4:15 class is because that's one of the times I get to go spend a little bit of time with my mom. Yeah. And, you know, her as a mom, you know, we've had conversations about that, kind of growing into her being a mom of a son. Like, you know, I wish my son was. Yeah. So it is the talks and the relationships, all of that stuff. I just want to say, for me, it's helped me grow as well. So I'm thankful for you.
Absolutely. You know, this is so cool just to hear these stories. You know, think about the amount of relationships we would never gain if we didn't do what we do.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
true.
I mean? Or the people in the gym, like you said, they're hanging out and going to different things to celebrate and hang out. What would happen if they never ran across each other's path? You know,
Exactly.
so just very appreciative, man. You know, when we're sitting at that table at Thanksgiving, we'll go and do the corny thing that you see in movies. And the thing after that I really like, because you have, so I'm a Green, and Tina's last name is Bailey, right?
Mhm.
And Williams, and they kind of, you know, they have their family side, and we're Greens, and it's just Greens, and then it's more Greens. But not, you see the different people collide and have these conversations outside of the table,
Mhm.
right? I like to kind of bring that to this point of the podcast so we can wrap it up.
Okay.
You know, I love being able to share and learn, right? I share what I do. I share my goals, and then someone share what they do and share their goals. I wanted to give a shout out to somebody for sharing what they do.
Mhm.
And the cool thing about it, I don't even know if he's going to hear or see this, right?
Yeah.
But I want him to know that he's empowering, and his commitment to achieving, even though I only see him between sessions when you train him, or the time I was able to meet with him in the last week or two, Mike, I want him to know, like, dude, you're so vibrant, and the thing that you speak to and touch, it grows.
Yeah.
And I want him to know it inspires me. You know, he always, every time I see him, you know, hey, man, give me a hug, and you're doing great. I love this.
Yeah.
But I wanted him to know, like, hey, man, I love you, and you're doing great.
Absolutely.
And what you're providing for the people that you touch, but me and Jared and everyone else, man, you're freaking inspiring. So, Mike, man, I love you. I'm grateful for you. And you thought you've done some work. I can't wait to see what you continue to create.
Exactly.
So, I want him to know that.
Cool, man. There's one more person, especially on the Southwest side, that I want to give a shout out to. And it's somebody I went to high school with. Again, somebody that I just kind of met out on the street. They've been following me on Instagram. They're like, I want to come try it out.
Yeah.
And we kind of sat down and talked about why. And their why touched me because they have a kid, another kid on the way, and realized, like, I'm not doing well health-wise. And they were like, I don't want to give this bad example to my kids.
That's real.
And I don't want my life to be cut short because I'm just not doing what I need to be doing. So they were like, hey, I just want to come try it out and see if it's something that works for me. And I'm talking about Big Mac. Malcolm
Yeah.
Moore.
9 o'clock?
Yep. And, man, he came, and obviously every class he comes to, man, if y'all come to class with him, y'all
Funny.
y'all might hear Mac. So one time I sat in that office one time, and I know he's in here, and you'll hear the, what's going on?
Right.
So, man, it's him, you know,
Mufasa.
lifting heavy weights, giving all he's got, giving his best effort. Man, he does it every single class.
Yeah, man.
He'll come out here and give it what he got. No excuses, no complaints, understanding. Like, he has this goal that he set out to achieve. I know at this point he's 20-plus pounds down since he started.
Congratulations, bro.
And he even signed up for the Beast Mode course.
He's doing it. That's gonna be dope.
Like, he's like, I don't know. If there's a lot of running, I might not be good, but I'm gonna give it what I got.
Absolutely.
And, like, that's literally his mindset coming into this thing. Like, I don't know what to expect, but I know I need to do better.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it what I got.
Absolutely.
And for me, like, I respect that. I love that, and I'm thankful for, you know, a friend, a brother, that to be able to see somebody willing to change their lives around, but it wasn't for him. It was for the example he was setting for his family.
I like that.
And
That's
the kind of man, like, I want to be.
Yeah.
So,
Again, having that conversation after the table, like, learning and knowing someone's why, man, it's life.
Yeah.
It's growth. It's encouraging. It's empowering. It's I want more of it, to be honest. I'm gonna lean into one more, and then I give you my 3.
I got one more.
Cool.
Yeah.
I said I had one more, but I really don't have nobody. Because it's so many great people. Like, I'm looking at my 5 o'clock that's coming in. I mean, I can literally go down the line from Abby to Alejandro to Ariel to Bree to, so on and so
All the
on.
way down, yeah.
But what I will say is this person. Not person, but if you are this person, I want to give you a part of my heart. There's so many of you I don't get to train.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many of you I've never even seen before, between boot camp to gym to online. But somehow, some reason, you trust my decisions. Decisions to put this workout on the floor, decisions to put someone in this position to be empowering, to train you. I want to thank them. I'm very grateful because there are hundreds of people that do our program, but there's hundreds of people I don't get to see on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
And without you, I can't be Mean Green, right? So again, I love to put myself in different shoes to see what my response would be.
Mm-hmm.
I could not imagine, Jared, Mean Green without hundreds of people believing in me.
Couldn't either.
It wouldn't be, right? So to that person, the person I don't get to train,
Mm-hmm.
the person that I don't get to see at boot camp, the person that's on the other side of the screen that I get to train that I didn't even know do the workouts,
Yeah.
right? Thank you. Without you, there's no me or no Mean Green, no Jared, no nobody. And I'm so appreciative of every single person that trusts our training, trusts our philosophies, trusts our platform with the podcast. Just, you're all Mean Green, so I appreciate you.
That's awesome. I kind of want to do the same before I say this last person. Like, if I've looked at you in your eyes, if I've had a conversation with you, just know that I care about you. And that's what this is all about, truthfully, as trainers. Like, it's caring about you, caring about your goals, caring about your life. We do, genuinely, as humans. We care about you. So for the names that haven't been said, like, I got PT clients, boot camp clients, gym clients, all of you guys, like, you are loved. If we had 7 hours to talk on this podcast, we could have named every single last one of them.
Sure, could have.
But just, wanted to spotlight a few. So just know that, names might not have been said, but you guys are cared for individually.
Absolutely.
But the last name I do want to mention is somebody that's really given me the ringer.
Oh, boy.
But they've also lifted me up in ways that maybe they don't even know. So I want to take a chance to thank them. Tamala Willis.
Miss Willis. T.
My girl T.
T-Ref. Or Ref T.
Ref T.
Ref T.
So one thing's, I like to say this because Keith says this a lot. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. T is listening and watching right now.
Absolutely. So supportive.
Without question.
Yeah.
She's watching right now. So, hey, T.
Absolutely.
And aside from that, man, she's extremely supportive in what we do. Whether opinionated or not, she's supportive. Like, she's always there for the right reasons. From my own, background and perspective, we've talked about this before. Growing up, my mom, she's old school. Like, stay out of grown folk business.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And for me, I felt like I kind of had a hard time feeling like my opinion or my voice really had understanding to it.
Yeah.
Being able to work with T, she's like, she has this goal of getting the body that she wants, but she just doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And no fault to her. That's why we have jobs, right?
That's why we do.
And for her, even with myself and Milton, she works very closely with both of us. We say jump, she says how high.
Absolutely.
We say
good people.
Yeah, we say whatever it is that we say we need for her to do. She's on it.
Yeah.
And not only is she on it, she's on it full speed.
Absolutely.
Hey, run 30 miles this month. She might run it in 2 days.
She's all in.
Okay, what else I got to do? Like, just the hard work and dedication that she's willing to put in based on, what we give her is incredible to me. And for me, I don't know. I can't shout you out enough just because of what you've done, how much effort, how much work you've put in. I just want to thank you not only for the personal growth that you've given to me as a trainer, because we have had our ups And without getting too deep into it, we have had our downs, our deep downs.
Yeah.
So to be able to climb out of those holes and get ourselves to, you know, where we're at now, I just want to thank you. Thank you for the growth. Thank you for your personal growth. And I know we're going to keep going.
Absolutely.
So.
I love it. I love it. T, I love you. I love you. I don't get to train her, but she's been there.
Yeah.
And I notice everybody that's there.
Yeah.
So thank you, T. All right. I'm going to give you my 3-man and you wrap it up.
Cool.
Cool. You know, Jared did such a great job of just bringing fire and electricity to this show, man. And there's no way I can match it. But I as I mentioned and listened to his side of things that we're grateful for, there are people I wanted to point out outside of the gym. Again, I don't know if they're gonna watch this or listen, but you know, it is something that I would be grateful if they did. Malik, it's a gentleman that goes to our church. He moved back to the Bahamas. I wanted to give him a lot of love because when you're a technician, people see the singers on stage, but they don't see the person that's behind making the camera zoom up and turn volumes up. And he was literally the LeBron James of church. He knew how to play keys and do drums, but he did it all. And the thing that I wanted to point out for him is because I put a lot of pride on myself to be like him. And what I mean is he is so coachable.
Yeah.
It's not, hey, Malik, can you do this? And he says, oh, well, the reason why I do this, he probably know more than everybody in the room. But when you asked him to do something, he was so coachable, and he did it with a sense of excellence. So I would love him to know, even though I was big bro to him, I was learning from him because no matter how talented he was, his ego was always left somewhere else.
Dope.
He had so much pride in being coachable. So that's number one. Number two, Milton, you know,
big bro.
It's easy for me to brag on, you know, the team. I can reply back to Jared. You know, Jared, y'all know Jared's a little bro to me. I love him. You know, I can talk about Jason until I'm blue in the face, Alex, Bobby, everybody, right? But Milton, you have to look at the perspective where he's the older brother, but I'm running the brand.
Yeah.
Right? So there is a big brother scenario, right? Where it's like, hey, bro, shut your little butt up. You know, he still can beat me up. You know, I don't care if I'm bigger than him or not. He can still beat me up. But the reason why I want to give him a shout out is because he's big bro with a sense of excellence. He respects my craft so much. He respects my work ethic so much that he doesn't doubt me or challenge me or try to go against everything I say. Like I could easily say, hey, Milton, I want to do mean green. He'd be like, nah, bro, we need to do mean blue. Like, just because he's big brother, right? But he's never been that way. And every time I've done something in my life, bro, he was there. Yeah. But you wouldn't see him. Like, even now with fitness, you don't typically see Milton and hear Milton, but he's there. He's invested, like literally money. He's invested, right? From back playing basketball, every single game, I have probably every single game I've ever played in recorded. Now, I was shooting the jump shots, but who was recording every single game? It was Milton. Yeah. He would never get nobody would never say that, but I definitely wanted him to know that because I don't get to tell him enough. So, Milton, I love you. And third person, it's a little cliche because I'm going to take one from your three, my mom, right? My mom's not here physically, but if I had the opportunity to say this to her, again, I would want her to know that I'm extremely proud of her and I'm grateful for her. It's funny, Jared, how when someone's here, they teach you. Yeah. And then when they're not here, the special ones can still teach you. Yeah. And I still, to this day, man, things that happen, and I believe God bring it back to my memories. I'm like, dang, that's why she did that. Yeah. Or, man, that's why I'm doing this. So, man, Mama, I am extremely grateful for you, for what you've done, for our family, for my marriage, for my kids, even though you haven't seen our marriage in person or my kids, but the things that you developed and created, I just want you to know legacy continues because of you. So thank you, and I'm grateful for you. Man. So that's my three.
I love that. I never got to meet Mama Green. Yeah. But from what I know from you, from the family, I just know she was an incredible woman.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I kind of want to, I'm going to segue that into the closing. And that's for all of you. Because of something like that, don't wait.
Yeah, man.
Don't wait to tell somebody how grateful you are for them. Don't wait to tell somebody how thankful, how they've impacted your life. Don't wait. If you're listening to this podcast, it's before Thanksgiving. Don't wait till Thanksgiving to tell somebody you're thankful for them. Though you need to, tell them on that day when you see them. Give them a hug. You see them in person. It doesn't have to be November, 24th, 25th?
Thursday.
Thursday. I think
It's a Thursday.
The Thursday before Black Friday. It does not have to be that day for you to wait to tell somebody how they've impacted you in your life. Like, tell them tonight. Tell them tomorrow morning. Like, tell them.
Absolutely. Well said. Hey, man, this show hopefully opened up not just the eyes but the heart.
Hopefully.
And that's not a terrible burping. Hopefully. This is kind of like you didn't see Black Panther yet, right?
I just saw it yesterday.
You saw it. So it's just everything this weekend kind of for me just been like love people, like give people hugs, but I love this season, this time of the year. And even with the amount of effort I put towards of getting better with our brand, I'm going to do better this year at creating that memory, taking that time and loving on people. And, again, I'm so grateful to have a squad. We just had our team meeting. I'm so grateful to have a squad that I have, because the reason why I will be able to stop and smell the roses more than I should, or more than I have, is because of the team. So I love every one of y'all. I'm not saying that because I'm just saying it because I got the mic. Like, I truly love you guys, man. And hopefully you don't notice that just because it's Thanksgiving. Hopefully you know that in March and April and June and everything other day of the year.
There we go.
Cool. You got anything?
No, I just want to tell them throughout this season. So this season we are preparing to win.
Yep.
Right. We're gonna do, I think it's 2 or 3 wild cards.
3.
3.
One next week, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep. So we're gonna be doing 3 wild card episodes, and in these wild card episodes, we want to make those episodes completely about you. So if you guys are watching this, we'll start off on this. If you guys have questions, so right now we're focused on Thanksgiving. If you got questions about anything that has to do with Thanksgiving, be sure to type that in the box, whether that's family questions, whether that's how to split time between 2 families, or whatever it might be.
that one.
Type those questions down in the box, and that is we're gonna tackle as many questions as we can on the next episode. So we'll probably hop on IG, all of that kind of stuff throughout this week to get some questions from you guys, but that'll be next week's topic.
I'm glad you said that. Do it on the YouTube comment section, not the chat. Like a lot of you right now that are watching it live, this is the chat. Sometimes it's hard for us to go back there. It's a lot easier for us from our phone, especially just to go to the comment section where you press the thumb up. So I'm curious what they would ask and what they would say.
Absolutely.
But whatever y'all ask, we're gonna
tackle it.
We're gonna tackle it. So looking forward to the questions. Wild card can be anything. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna say. But hey, man, prep to win.
Prep to win.
So you're not prepping to lose.
Yes, sir.
All right. Love you guys. Y'all take care.